I'm Malcolm Van Delst, and this is an excerpt from Do the Wrong Thing, a book series or extra long novel that opens with a woman trying to kill herself. She says, "I don't know why I tried to do this," and by way of explanation tells her life story. We're about 2/3 through the series in about book 4, where the protagonist Ava is in her mid-20s, falling in amongst a crowd of drunkards and ne'er-do-wells. As most of you know, Ava talks to the reader as she writes and includes present time diary entries along with her story, and that I took the diary entries out over the past few months and to facilitate a reorganization of main story scenes. That reorganization is mostly complete and I'm reintroducing the diary entries. I don't know what to say about the piece I'm going to read today. I don't know what questions to ask about it. So I'll just read it. I guess I could say that it's quite experimental. And yeah, if you don't like choppy, I think it's quite choppy, but I still would like to hear what you think about it, of course. I wish the story was uncomplicated. Abandon and loss, followed by pulling myself together and making positive changes. Everything in order and in its place. Instead, I've got a miscellany where failure and success, stagnation and growth exist side by side and intertwined. No hero's journey for me. Hero's olio, hero's vagabondage. A chubby, plainly dressed woman shows up at Nerd and Doof. Anja says she works for Bombardier, which fits due to her conservative style and the way she buys beer and drugs for everyone. She's about my age, and I appreciate that she seems to admire me. I admire that she has a lot of money. She shows no sexual interest in the boys or women. Sometimes we go to her apartment after things wind down at Nerd, where we continue drinking and getting high until she goes to bed. Greg, Bob, and I crash on her couch or on the floor. This is clean upholstery and clean hardwood. In the morning, Anja gets up and goes to work while we sleep. It's a beautiful apartment to drink her coffee from, looking out its bay windows and at the leafy park that surrounds the Museum of Civilization. What was that? I roll over in bed. Do I smell cigarettes? I hear it again, rustling, then a bang. I jump out of bed, flick on the light, pull on my robe. Ah! I scream as I enter the hallway. A man's leg and feet dangle from my kitchen's basement window. Then I see Greg's lopsided grin as he bends sideways to look in. I run to him, laughing, half hysterical, half thinking this is funny, and half worried he's going to break my plastic laundry sink. That's 3 halves. Shit. Want to go to Lascaux? Greg slurs once he's standing in my apartment. He leans his entire body back from his ankles to his shoulders. He always stands like this when he's drunk. He grins through half-closed eyes. He takes a drag from his smoke. I laugh. Sure, let's go. In a half-empty dive bar that looks and feels like a large room in an old farmhouse, Greg and I silently drink tall boys. Still, to be woken up by someone crawling through your window, then taxiing with them to go drinking at 2 a.m., it's cool. It's cool, right? Greg, Johnny, Carrie, and other nerd hangers-on go to a nearby pub more and more often. Mercy Street is one of those cozy, pseudo-British establishments where everything's made of shiny wood and draft beers are served in mugs that look like oversized grenades with the tops lopped off. I like this place. It feels like home. Johnny hasn't updated art on Nerd's walls in several months. My sheet with donuts still hangs there beside the drum kit. I'm not going to ask for it back, partly because I'm afraid to upset Johnny and partly because my own walls are filled with new pieces. In Nerd's front room art gallery, there are now pizza boxes with Sharpie drawings on them. There are no music shows happening either. Upstairs behind Johnny, looping around at the top and stopping at a partially open door. Check it out, Johnny says as he pushes the door open wide. Ben, Carrie, and a couple others sit at a game board so large they've got 2 tables under it. Carrie, pale and delicate with a slightly pointy chin, breaking his well-defined jawline, wears Malcolm X glasses taped together at the right side. He looks up and smiles, a closed-lip grin. Ben stares at the board. They've been playing for a week, Johnny turns to me. Ben moves a game piece, then looks up and smiles too. What's the game? I ask, staring in confusion. This is the kind of thing played by guys who wear pocket protectors and taped up glasses. Wait. Campaign for North Africa, Carrie says. Ben stands and I see an inch of blue striped pajama sticking out from the bottom of his jeans. I look at his beautiful face, awed. Who but he could wear pajamas with jeans? If I had 1/10 of his style, he would notice me. I don't realize that pajamas are for warmth, that they spend all their money on beer instead of oil for the furnace. It's a cold and slushy morning. Greg and I stand outside a 7-Eleven with the sun warming our faces while a frigid breeze negates it. I peel back the waxy wrapper of my burger, bite, taste, and smell pickle, meat, and ketchup, sour, umami, sweet. Greg is wearing the leather coat that June gave me in release that I gave him, and I wear my shiny motorcycle jacket over a trench coat, my red plaid scarf, and docs. We are post-cool counter culture. Yeah. I watch the gray slush in the parking lot move. There is so much of it that it almost comes right up onto the sidewalk where we stand. September 4th, 2017, 1:21 a.m. Sky poem for Ryu. It's time to have courage and put away the patterns of the past because they aren't working. It's time for change. That's a cliche. It's time to forge. Really, Ava? That's the best you can do? It's time to root a new habit, a new way of interacting. It's time to ask for help. It's time to read books you've never read before, the ones you've disdained, the ones about success, money, and moving up the corporate ladder, the ones about parenting. Lol, everyone knows how to parent. You've exhausted your parents' lessons. Your parents gave you training wheels or whatever it was they had to give. Some parents dig a hole and bury their children, hoping they'll never lose them, or maybe not knowing anything else. It's time for courage. It's time to fight. It's time to take a stand. You want security? You want to stop worrying about food, rent, heat, and debts? Maybe I can pay off your debts, help you breathe. You live your life wasted, alcohol blunting pain, but you have children now. You need to feed them, clothe them, teach them how to interact. Yet you need to learn that for yourself. Oh, God. It's time to try differently. Habits, patterns, the things you've been taught. I know I said that already. All this crap I've been writing over the past few days, it will result in something. It has to. It's my lifeline. I'm loosing it here. Sick. The sky is falling inside the house. The sky is swallowing the house. The sky is falling inside my mouth. I can't say the sky is falling. One more time, I can't. The sky is drowning me, gagging, suffocating, silencing. Fuck off, sky. Out of my mouth now. No. You misunderstand, says sky. Relax. I do. My mouth grows wide and fills with sky. See, sky says, tucking itself in. I don't trust you, sky. Sky laughs. Mercy Street. Where's your jacket? I ask Greg. I sold it. You sold it? Greg grins, tells me he and Bob wanted to keep drinking the night before, so he sold it to some guy at another bar for $50. September 4th, 2017, 1:21 a.m. continued, or Sky poem continued. I'm experimenting with sky. I tread carefully. Reader, you're here, right? The sky is falling into my mouth. Fuck you, sky. I'm spitting you out. The sky sits in a pile beside my left leg, 3 feet in diameter and 3 feet high. Sky, you little round mess, you. I would have let you stay if you hadn't gotten into my mouth. It's not that I can't say I love you. You're terrifying. People need the B word, boundaries. Earth may be dirty and brown, but things grow in it while out of my mouth, sky, out of my house.